Tragedy strikes insanity check as soon as we get on the air.
Jesus Christ. Look at this shit, man. God damn it.
Welcome, everyone. Insanity check is back at you. I am Ken. This is Skillet Sauce, a distressful Skillet Sauce. And it is, it's December 12th to 2012. Yeah, people have been doing all types of stupid shit because of this.
Yeah, like that dude that...
oh, mic on?
That dude that carved some shit in his kid's back.
What?
That's what I said. My shit is fucking up. There was a bunch of shit that I had on drugs. You check on drugs today. There's some motherfucker carved some shit in his kid's back because it's because of fucking 12. Some ridiculous shit, man. I mean, it's this motherfucker, you fucking thing, man. Yeah, but there's been a lot of crazy stuff that's been going on today. I mean, people have just been acting a goddamn fool. You see it?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Man accused of carving pentagram into son.
Yeah.
Quick updated news flash. North Texas man carved a pentagram into his 6-year-old son's back Wednesday, telling a 911 dispatcher that he did it because it's a holy day. Richard Hills. Brent Troy Bartell was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and was jailed in lieu of $500,000 bond. He did not have an attorney. Bartell called 911 early Wednesday morning and in a matter-of-fact tone said, "I shed some innocent blood," according to a copy of the report released by the police. "I'm sorry." He repeated those words. Then he said he inscribed a pentagram on his son. When a dispatcher asked why, Bartell said, "Because it's a holy day," before hanging up. Mm-hmm. Wednesday's date, of course, is 12/12/12. A once-in-a-century event. Mm-hmm. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, well, that's ridiculous. There's a lot of people talking about all this stuff. What's your take on all of this stuff, man?
What? People are bored. People have nothing to fucking do. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. I get it. I didn't hear all of this hoopla for, 666 and, well, except for the movie, and 777. I mean, okay, you notice it, it's cute. Yeah, so the fuck what?
Is there supposed to be some significance to this date, 12/12/12? Now, I understand, obviously, 12/21/12. There's supposed to be some significance that I think is being blown out of proportion as far as in that particular date, but I never heard anything too tough about this one. I mean...
Yeah, again, people just need something to do, man.
But I mean, so you didn't go to... I mean, I'm just, a lot of the stupid stories I got because I was checking out these... damn, that camera's kind of high. Checking out some stuff on these news aggregates, and I'm just going to read a couple of headers. I mean, cops use taser on woman for buying too many iPhones.
I guess they wanted one.
I mean, like, what the fuck is that all about? What smugglers use cannon to launch cans of marijuana into the U.S.? I mean, this is the kind of shit. These are just headers, live right now. Just went on this aggregate, and this is the kind of shit that's showing up.
That's hysterical.
I mean, that's obviously this broad Lindsay Lohan. I have a big problem with Lindsay Lohan, man. I mean, first of all, outside of the fact that if she wasn't a white, female celebrity, she would have been in jail for much longer.
Before you go to that, I'm going to go to one to speak since you mentioned drugs. This is what I found this interesting.
Oh, yeah.
These cats, I mean, how do you just fucking up and do shit like this? Okay, so Spanish authorities say they have arrested a Panamanian woman arriving in Barcelona airport with 1.38 kilograms, which is 3 pounds, of cocaine concealed in her breast implants. Mm-hmm. How the fuck do they know that? Well, let's find out. The Interior Ministry said Wednesday that... my headset must be low or something. I could barely even hear the whatchamacallit. The Interior Ministry said Wednesday that border police noticed fresh scars and blood-stained
gauze.
I'm sorry.
Why is that funny, man? Blood-stained gauze, man. Why is that funny?
Blood-stained gauze on her chest as well as pale patches beneath her skin. The woman said she had recently had breast implant surgery. Now, Lord knows I don't champion America for hardly shit, but, in this country, okay, do you need a doctor? No, I'm fine. All right, well, Just make sure to take care of yourself. Not in fucking Barcelona, yeah. The statement said police were suspicious and sent her to the local hospital where they took the implants out. I'm sure this woman protested, but they didn't give a fuck.
That was the thing that I found to be quite funny, unless, what medical reason could they have had to want to take,
That's what I'm saying.
Was it, if it was a situation where it was an infection or something like that,
Right.
but they just, unless, now this is, because, I sent the story, and I thought about this. We don't know how many drug mules have been known to stick stuff up their ass, to ingest things,
sew shit in their thighs.
Yeah, sew things within their body. So maybe they knew, just from experience, that wait a fucking second, who would be traveling with bloody fucking, fresh incisions. So, I mean, if I was in these guys, I would have probably done the same fucking thing if I knew the type of lengths that people would go to.
So so they removed the implants and found them to contain cocaine. European authorities routinely submit passengers arriving from Latin America to stringent checks to combat drug smuggling. So I guess these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah,
because that's some hardcore shit.
Well, my thing is, the lengths that people would go through in order to smuggle fucking drugs. I remember I forgot what documentary I was watching. Damn, I wish I could remember the name of it. I guess if I find out if I can remember, I can attach the link. And it was about drug mules. It was a documentary I had seen in one of these movie theaters back in like about 2-3 years ago. It was about drug mules, and like one girl, something happened and they was forcing her to go, and she had to swallow X amount of balloons, and if she couldn't get down, they trained her with like eggs and things like that, boiled eggs, sort of like to stretch her stomach, to be able to hold all of these different, then they made these little like nuggets of whatever the hell, and she would have to swallow them and then shit them out, and they would have to go fish them out of the she would swallow them, go whatever, and it was amazing. One of them, and the way they were treating these women, one of them, I think it was actually a film. I don't think it was a documentary. I think it was just a foreign film. And, it bursted her, and of course she fucking was poisoned to death. Toxicity of all of this damn cocaine or whatever narcotic it was. And so apparently these people would go through great lengths to bring that yayo into the fucking States or whatever.
Well, think about it. I mean, 3 pounds of coke.
Uncut raw coke. That's
this chick probably got more than she would make in a fucking month. Working in whatever. Shoe factory in Latin America or a banana plant. But outside, since you mentioned drugs, I just had to, because that was a good one. I actually because these cats just aren't fucking around.
No, they cut that shit out of her quick. So I mean, but at least they did it to it. They didn't stick a fucking knife in her right there. Sort of fucking salad tongs and just reach under the fucking scar and pull it out. They didn't do nothing like that. But there's a lot of strange things. I mean,
but you were about.
I'm just saying about Lindsay Lohan, because apparently this broad did some other shit. I didn't even want to read the story. It just says Lindsay Lohan's probation revoked, faces 8 months in jail. A whole 8 months for stealing a fucking diamond necklace or whatever the hell it was. And see, to me, this just speaks of racism. I mean, listen, this woman has had like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7 chances, and she's going to get a whole 8 months in jail for pilfering a gold. I mean, some kind of jewel encrusted necklace. Mm-hmm. I mean, if that was any minority, first offense, you're stealing something like that, that person would get at least 8 months. I think 8 months would be the minimum sentence for somebody that's caught shoplifting something expensive like that. But, whatever. So she's going to get a whole 8 months in jail. Wow.
This is California, I guess.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, man. Who gives a shit? But I was, there's a lot of crazy stuff. Now they beefing with Quentin Tarantino because they said he used the N-word 109 times in his new film. And they said most of them
himself?
No. I mean, just characters within the film. Most of them
new?
No, it's not new, and I don't understand what's the problem. I really don't understand what the problem is, And I had a discussion about as a matter of fact, the new James Bond film with a colleague. And since when does films have to reflect the time in which we live in? The political correct times. If the terms that were being used in that day, between whites and blacks or what have you, rings as, something unsavory, whatever. If it's authentic, it's authentic. Because I was trying to tell somebody briefly about this whole thing. Forget the fact that he's a white director. If he directed a film, let's say Mississippi Burning or something like that, And, there was a black dude whistling at a white woman back in old Jim Crow, Mississippi in 1959. I don't think that they would go, hey there, boy, that's not good behavior now. I'm pretty sure they would say a whole lot of things, including just the N-word, and the end result would probably be a lynching or at least a bad beating or something like that. Right. So the fact that he has characters using this dialogue, we've gone through this before. I mean, this is just I have to say the white press, because there's no way you can actually just look at any Fridays or any hood movie made by, actual, like urban directors. You're going to hear a whole lot of stuff. And that just happens to be the way people spoke. And obviously, I mean, where did the word come from? Didn't it come from, it was mostly used during slave days? Hey,
Well, sure. I mean, and all the variations thereof.
Yeah, thereof. So also, if obviously you're talking about a film that takes place partly on a plantation. Because I remember when I watched
Django?
Yeah, Django, yeah.
What the fuck did they expect?
That's what I said. What did they expect? I mean, because I remember, what the hell did they expect? That's what masses called him and all this other kind of stuff. So I have no idea. So people are complaining that it was used 109 times. Man, it could have been used more.
And what would they rather have happened?
I don't know. They just take the word out as if it didn't exist. See, this is what I'm saying. That was a discussion that I had about the James Bond thing. I said, this dude is not womanizing. He's not doing the thing that the character is known for. And he's like, well, because of these day and age, he shouldn't really be doing this kind of stuff. But I said, it's a fictional character. He doesn't exist. They
Not
did
to
that.
mention, people still do this in this day and age.
Exactly. And they did that to him in the 80s, and they messed up Timothy Dalton's ones. And in this particular one, I thought was boring because as a character, he didn't have the flair of what I think a James Bond should be like. And he's like, oh yeah, well, we got to be serious, because of the war on terrorism. He has to be more like a serious guy, like a Navy SEAL guy. Like, yeah, but it's not called Navy SEAL, man. It's James Bond. And James Bond is known for having fly gadgets, dressing with fly, being a functional alcoholic, a fucking whore master, and a stone cold killer.
This is the extension of the same shit that we keep on talking about. Making fucking Americans pussies. Yeah. And by further extension, making your children pussies. Yeah. Which is why as soon as someone says boo to your kids, they grab the rope and head to the sturdiest beam they can find. Yeah. Because you people are fucking idiots. Do something else with your life. I mean, for the love of Christ, find something more productive to do.
Yeah. This. I mean, because
first of all, by the very nature, and God knows, I can't stand, fine art and all the rest of the bullshit that, when people spit on a wall and call it art, they have a right to do that. And they're probably going to be fucking millionaires because of it. It's bullshit, but whatever. But this is man's shit. This is what he chooses to do.
He's a filmmaker, and he, like I said, as a fellow filmmaker, he does not owe society a fucking thing. He does not have to make a film that perfectly melds itself to what we're doing in today's society in a particular region. It makes absolutely no sense. If you're doing a period piece, and this is because I understand they said there was some beef with Lincoln. I did not see the film yet, but they said there was a whole bunch of swearing, like damn or son of a bitch or whatever. I don't know. I didn't see the film, but they said there was some swearing, and they said they had an issue. They was like, oh wow, we wouldn't think one of our forefathers would. And I'm like, wait a second, this is a man.
The forefathers who had slaves?
Yeah, this is.
I'm sorry. What am I?
But he can have them slaves, but he can't be saying he can't say goddamn. All
right, what? Like you just completely disgusted me.
Yeah. You didn't hear that? Yeah. And they were saying that about Lincoln, and they said, no, wait a second, people, it all history, man has been known to say some salty shit if the situation called for it. And in certain times when the situation doesn't call for it because they just might like the sound of it. So the fact that these people during this period of time decide to use some salty dialogue when they were in debates and heated debates and conversations and stuff like that, they were like, oh, it's too much because of what they felt Lincoln should be portrayed as, and unlike what he may have actually been. Yeah. Which is ridiculous.
Fuck that. Let's sit there. You know what? I am artistically going to say, fuck all you idiots. And go to break. All right, thank you. We will be back in a couple of minutes. God, I hate people. We're trying to make